You have an Azure virtual machine named VM1. You use Azure Backup to create a backup for VM1 named Backup1. After creating Backup1, you perform the following changes to VM1. First, modify the size of VM1. Second, copy a file named budget.xls to a folder named data. Third, reset the password for the built-in administrator account. Fourth, add a data disk to VM1. An administrator uses the replace existing option to restore VM1 from backup 1. You need to ensure that all the changes to VM1 are restored. What changes should you perform again? Option A, modify the size of VM1. Option B, add a data disk. Option C, reset the password for the built-in administrator account. Option D, copy the budget.xls to data. The correct answer is option D. You have an Azure subscription that contains the resources shown in the following table. Have a look on this table. You create virtual machines in subscription 1 as shown in the following table. You plan to use Vault 1 for the backup of as many virtual machines as possible. Which virtual machine can be backed up to Vault 1? Option A, VM1, VM3, VMA and VMC only. Option B, VM1 and VM3 only. Option C, VM1, VM2, VM3, VMA, VMB and VMC. Option D, VM1 only. Option E, VM3 and VMC only. The correct answer is option A. You have an Azure subscription that contains the following resources. First, a virtual network that has a subnet named subnet1. Second, two network security groups named NSG VM1 and NSG subnet1. Third, a virtual machine named VM1 that has the required Windows Server configuration to allow remote desktop connection. Fourth, NSG subnet 1 has a default inbound security rules only. NSG VM1 has the default inbound security rules that has the following custom inbound security rule. Please read these 7 points. VM1 connects to subnet 1, NSG1 VM1 are associated to the network interface of VM1. NSG subnet 1 is associated to subnet 1. You need to be able to establish remote desktop connection from the internet to VM1. Solution: you modify the custom rule for NSG VM1 to use the internet as the source and TCP as a protocol. Does this meet the goal? Option A, yes. Option B, no. The correct answer is option B. You add an inbound security rule to NSG subnet 1 that allows connections from any source to the destination for port range 3389 and uses the TCP protocol. You remove NSG VM1 from the network interface of VM1. Does this meet the goal? Option A, yes. Option B, no. The correct answer is option B. You create an Azure named VM1 that runs Windows Server 2019. VM1 is configured as shown in the exhibit. Have a look on this. You need to enable desired state configuration for VM1. What should you do first? Option A, configure a DNS name for VM1. Option B, start VM1. Option C, connect to VM1. Option D, capture the snapshot of VM1. The correct answer is option B. You have an Azure subscription that contains the resources shown in the following table. VM1 and VM2 run website that is configured as shown in the following table. LB1 is configured to balance requests to VM1 and VM2. You configured the health probe as shown in the following exhibit. You need to ensure that the health probe functions correctly. What should you do? Option A, on LB1, change the unhealthy threshold to 65536. Option B, on LB1, change the port to 8080. Option C, on VM1 and VM2, create a file named probe1.htm in this folder. And option D, on VM1 and VM2, create a file named probe1.htm in this folder. The correct answer is option D. Our team is working hard to keep the content up to date. If you find this video helpful, please let us know in the comment. We really appreciate if you like and subscribe to our channel.